For Comedy Hype News, I'm Symphony Thompson. It looks like audience members have no fear of consequences and repercussions when it comes to storming the stage during a stand-up comedy show. Aries Spears appears to be the latest victim in this storyline, as he was in Chicago this weekend performing at the Improv, where footage would leak of a man approaching Spears as if he's ready to fight. Now, we don't know what started this exchange exactly, but this is just the latest in the string of incidents that appear to have happened within the last few years. As we all know, Chris Rock was slapped last year at the Oscars, and shortly after, Dave Chappelle was attacked by a fan while performing at the Hollywood Bowl. Stories like this seem to be all too common, as comedians like Steve Brown, Affion Crockett, Samson McCormick, and several others has been faced with audience confrontations. Now, interestingly enough, back in May of 2022, Spears appeared on Vlad TV for an interview where he was asked what he would do if Will Smith slapped him. Spears said he would sue Smith and followed that up by saying, "Just because you don't do something immediately doesn't mean it won't get dealt with. Every man in the street's first action is to, man, you should have done something. You should have done something. It's like, look, you put your hands on my mama, my kids, my woman, all bets is off. But I'll take an L if it's just me when I have to measure what's all at stake. Let me think before I act." Spears' main point was that if he's providing for other people, paying mortgages, car payments, school payments, etc., what good sitting behind bars does he do for the people he's taking care of? In addition to this, Spears briefly mentioned his interview on the Corey Holcomb 5150 show, where he was attacked by one of the show's co-hosts, Zoe Williams. If you remember, back in April of 2017, Spears got into a verbal sparring match with Williams, which led to Williams standing up and hitting Spears several times while he took cover. In regards to his thoughts on Dave Chappelle's attack not too long after the Oscars, Spears said he wasn't surprised due to this day and age. Recently, some attendees at comedy shows feel like they're a part of the show and are allowed to interact with the performer, even if that means walking up to them while they're on stage. Now, before we get into today's conversation, we have to mention today's sponsor, Dream Big Publishing, which provides opportunities to creatives who seek to collaborate and make their ideas a reality. Whether it's books, journals, or anything else, Dream Big Publishing makes sure that content is available to the public, either for free or for sale. And right now on Dream Big Publish, you can get your very own copy of Teddy Makes Sense, which is a story about a third grader who learns financial responsibility and how to set money-saving goals. Never forget, no dream is ever too small. Now joining me for today's topic is our very own John with this vest again.
The vest. I got the bike parked outside.
A bike or a bicycle?
Motorcycle parked outside. Y'all try to play me. I'm gonna have to show the audience one day that I really do ride motorcycles. But for now, we'll get into today's topic.
Okay, well, I see a bat with you. So before we dive into what's that for?
The bat is, you know.
Don't tell me yet. Let me get your reaction on this first. Don't tell me yet.
Okay.
Don't tell me yet.
Okay.
So we see a clip from Aries Spears' recent show.
Yeah.
We all know who Aries Spears is, a comedian, you know, rough jokes and things like that. What was your reaction to seeing the video of the guy?
I mean, instantly you go to again, and it makes me think that people don't fear comedians.
Yeah.
There's a lack of respect. They know that they can rush them. They feel that they can probably say whatever they want. Like, even when people heckle comedians, it's like the lack of respect of like, hey, this person's at their job. This person was paid to be here. And so when I see these things, it just makes me think about, damn, like there needs to be some type of real repercussion about like doing an act of actually going on stage. But it makes me think that comedians need to be able to show that they're not to be messed with. They're not to be effed with, to be honest with you.
Yeah. And because, I mean, we see it sometimes with, you know, artists and different things like
Right.
that, but it just the closeness. It's like,
Yeah.
I guess you get comfortable maybe.
Yeah, because I mean, you know, with other artists, I was thinking about this. I was like, okay, I've seen people rush the stage before for other artists.
Right.
But you know, a lot of times the energy is not to attack.
Right.
It's
a fan.
out of
I wanna hug
love.
you.
I want to be a part of, you know, the moment.
Yeah.
And so again, this makes me think like people's lack of respect when it comes to comedians. They feel like they can just like treat them like whatever, like they can bully them.
Yeah.
And it's getting kind of interesting to see that you see comedians maybe as a clown or somebody you could just like say whatever to.
Yeah.
That's partially why Will Smith probably rushed Chris Rock. It's like, I don't take this person serious. And I think in recent years, comedians have become more serious based off what they're saying, based off them turning their brands as businesses and making a lot of money for themselves.
Yeah.
But I think still there's a misconception that comedians are clowns. Like, no, these are grown ass men. Aries Spears is a grown ass black man at the end of the day. So I think that it's about the audience and figuring out how can they understand and really respect the craft of comedy and really respect that at the end of the day, I'm doing my job. So I think there needs to be that conversation being held.
Now, we would hear Aries Spears, and as I mentioned in there, you know, he talked about what he would do if he was in Dave Chappelle's shoes. So I want to ask you, what would you do as a comedian? Like, if you're a comedian and one, you're noticing what's happening in this time, and it's been happening, but so, you know, but how would you respond in that situation? Somebody rushes the stage while you're performing.
I'm a little strategic. So I'm going to say something that doesn't represent John Abba, the founder of Comedy Hype. Letting y'all know that right now. I'm a comedian, I'm gonna drop kick him off stage. Yeah. Just pure drop kick, no hesitation. I got a bat, the bat is extreme, but it does work. But I'm probably gonna drop kick you clean off stage because my mind is like, now is like, comedians have yet to get their lick back. A lot of people getting attacked on stage, I would have to put it out to the world, and then I think all my fellow comedians would ride with me and be like, thank you, that kick was for y'all. Yeah. And there was actually a guy that did like an open mic that kicked a person that was rushing him on stage, and I'm thinking we should maybe play that clip.
Okay.
We might have to blur it out for, you know, monetization purposes, but I'm gonna go ahead and run this clip real quick of this guy that tried to test a comedian.
Perfect, let's take a look.
Raid, have a seat. Raid, have a seat. Raid, if you put your hands on me again, you're gonna fucking regret it, okay? Go sit down. Go sit down.
Start the f***ing show, asshole. Bring on the next comic right now and stop making fun of me. Listen,
I don't make my way.
are you gonna start shooting me right now?
What I tell you, he put his hands on me once, he was going to do it again.
Yeah.
So you see, but I think that kind of sets a tone. It's extreme, but I think that, you know, when you get on stage like that, I don't know if you're attacking me. I don't know if this is about to be something serious. We've seen what happened to people in our past, that there were incidents where they were actually killed on stage. And I'm referring to Malcolm X. So that's serious. I'm leaving myself completely vulnerable, especially as a comedian. If I'm traveling and someone like Aries Spears stature, I'm probably seeing a couple thousand people every weekend. Yeah. And I don't know who's my friend or who's the enemy or who's foe. So I think that comedians need to get to a point where they can defend themselves. But I really, 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 really want to hold the comedy clubs accountable, that we need to have stage security. We need to demand that. That needs to be something that's mandatory. Yeah.
And well, before you go to solutions, because I want to stay in this space, because that's kind of where I want to close out. But you mentioned respect. Do you think it's solely that there's no respect for comedians, or do you think it's something like you're just not mentally there? Because I feel like most people that we see that are rushing the stage, except I don't know if Dave Chappelle attacker was intoxicated or anything, but it's like they're not mentally there. I don't know if it's, you know, them being intoxicated. So do you think it's like they don't have respect, or it's just a mixture of, I don't have respect, now that I'm intoxicated, I'm going to release and show whatever I'm feeling? Because they do say,
you know what's deep though? You know what's deep? Like, people do put the mental thing out there. Yeah. But I've seen some people snap out of some mental things and know if their ass is about to get whooped. Or they know that they about to get.
For sure.
I've seen like incidents where like they be acting crazy and acting weird, but they know that little stuff cuts off. Right. So I think there is a level of like comedians need to somehow express, or the comedy world as an organization needs to be able to showcase that that's not what you can do. That's not cool. I did say on my end, if I was a comedian, I'm gonna drop kick you off stage. Pure and simple. It will go viral. I'll probably become a legend in the comedy world, and then we'll move on.
Yeah.
But I do think there's a level of that the comedy community needs to really figure that out, because I don't think it's fair for comedians to have to tell jokes and be able to do jujitsu at the same time.
Yeah.
It's getting kind of wild. So I again put it on the comedy clubs, and we can dive into that a bit more.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree, because it's like you said, it's unfair, and to just when you go to like when I think about Aries Spears, like I said, people know his comedy. Don't go if you feel like you're gonna be offended. Don't sit on the front row if you can't, because I mean that's what they do. They're cracking jokes. Sometimes it's on themselves. Sometimes it's on other people. It's just don't go to the.
And I wish we knew what started that.
Yeah.
I think we can kind of, by looking at the video again, when Aries continued to roast the guy, he seemed to get more and more upset.
Yeah.
So it probably
started
started from some jokes. That's just me assuming what took place.
Sticking my clothes from Oshkosh Bagash. I ain't never seen spandex jeans. Nigga came up here threatening and gay. This ain't it.
We've seen the same incident happen with Steve Brown a few years ago,
Absolutely.
where Steve was cracking jokes and the guy got so offended. I think he was intoxicated to a point where he was, at this point, he was not attached to the situation. He decided to rush stage and tried to, hit Steve.
Yeah.
That's why I'm selling these bats, by the way. That's why I got these bats. We're trying to give comedians, just a little help. Little help, we say keep going at Comedy Hype. We're gonna say keep swinging on Mondays.
Come on, swing on. Okay, so let's go into solutions. Let's close out. What is the solution? How do we? I don't know if it's preventing stage attacks or like what is the solution here? Because I don't want to just walk away from But and I know you mentioned some, so I want to go into that.
I mean, my biggest thing is I'm gonna put it on any public venue that uses, in this case, comedians. That if you guys are consistent, your business model is around showcasing comedians, it's time that we protect them. It's time that we line up security, at least one security guard on stage, to let somebody know you're not getting on the stage, because the setting of comedy clubs is so intimate. And it is easy. Like, we've been to comedy shows where the table's right on the stage, like right there. You can put your foot on the stage, and people do that as well. I do think it's time that the comedy clubs provide consistent security guards. I know to the comedy clubs, I'm sorry, I am increasing your budget, but I think in terms of knowing that the comedians are safe will be well worth it. They'll be able to do their material, not think that somebody might get offended to actually get to me, because the fact that guy got on stage, I think, was my issue.
Yeah.
Like, how did he just get up there? Where was security? Why is he? Especially me as a patron, like, dude, like, you're disrespecting all of us now because I didn't come and pay and see you. So when people have these like mental moments, somebody needs to be right there to prevent that from happening or escalating any further. Aries does not need to be the one, you know what I'm saying? Like, if in my case, I don't need to be drop kicking nobody. Somebody had needed to stop that. So, I think we just have to, really, really care about comedians a bit more. I think that's been my concern when it comes to seeing comedians in our space, is that they're not really cared about. People kind of use them. They don't take it seriously. Even some people in the business look at comedians like, just tell these jokes and move on with your day. But, these guys put a lot of work in. They're thinking about their craft. They're sacrificing. And so we got to start respecting these comedians. Like, as a people, we got to start thinking about that, because I don't want comedians living in fear. And we see this whole cancel culture everyone talks about. It's like, man, the beauty of a great joke and the feeling that you get from a great joke, we're gonna damage ourselves in the process by making these comedians feel like they can't say anything they want. That's just the art of the game. That's what comedy is about. That is their right to say, I'm a comedian. I'm talking about the real comedians, not people that kind of throw comedians and talk crazy mess. Real comedians that's working on their craft. It's time that we protect them in a serious way. And I think that by the comedy clubs at least doing that gesture to say, hey, ain't nobody gonna touch you in my club, that lets them know that's instantly a level of respect that comedians should get.
Yeah, and even I would want to see, you know, at the door, I know when I went to go see Dave when he came to Atlanta, like they had the wand to make sure you didn't have any weapons or anything, but we've been to comedy clubs and comedy shows where you just walk in.
Yeah.
And nobody checks.
And it's deep
nobody pat
because
me down.
I think in the rap game, it traditionally doesn't go that way.
Right.
There's a barricade and there are like security guards
that's standing right in
that's
front
at
of the stage.
at the stage. So it makes me think about we gotta raise the level of comedians in the world of comedy as respectful art.
Yeah.
This is something that is just on a level of rap, just as a level of any music genre. These people are bringing out crowds and audiences. No one should be feeling comfortable that they can get on stage. The only time I saw a rapper get touched was Plies a few years ago. You ever seen that?
No.
Yeah, there's a video of Plies. He was with a guy and the young man was in his face.
Yeah.
And the dude just gripped up Plies and then like power bombed him off the stage. But you don't see that normally with rap. And I think that there needs to be a collective approach that y'all not finna do this no more. Because again, to see somebody on stage in front of Aries Spears' face, in front of Aries Spears' face, given that he, you know, probably warrants certain energy because he does do a lot of trash talking.
But you know that.
We seen the 5150 show
Right.
that he kind of can provoke situations.
Right.
It still shouldn't have escalated because he has the green light to tell those jokes and to speak his words.
Yeah.
And that's his First Amendment right.
Yeah, and then you have the green light to not go. Just like,
Right.
why are you buying a ticket? And then even too, I would say the consequences need to be a little heavier.
Okay, what
because
you thinking?
I don't think getting kicked out of the club and banned from a comedy club is enough. I think there needs to be jail time.
Yeah, because I can catch you on the next road,
Yeah.
on the next stop.
And
If
then
I really want to get at you.
If I can put on a hat or, you know, just different
Yeah.
things to look different. So I think there needs to be a minimum of 30-day jail time because Chappelle Attacker, I think he got 270 days in jail. Granted, he also had a weapon and things like that. That's why I said a minimum of 30 days. And there needs to be a hefty fine because I need you to remember like, okay, hey, yeah, not only is this on my record, but also I have to pay this amount of money for something that could have been prevented.
You know, I think that's definitely, and this is just me kind of like picking that solution apart a little bit with you, is like that's preventative, but I think you need like some type of physical prevention.
I'm saying in addition to this. Yeah, I'm saying in addition to, I don't think, no, this by itself, absolutely not. I'm saying in addition.
Right.
I was already thinking security, but you already
Do you
did it,
think
so-
like artists should like actually like carry some type of physical like weapon with them,
I mean,
a baton?
No, because I think you should always put yourself in position to defend yourself.
Okay.
Especially, you know, I host and when I'm on stage,
Yeah.
obviously I can't have weapons when I'm wearing a gown or something like that.
Yeah.
But I also make sure I look around, you know, where are my exits? What items do I
Okay.
have near? I've taken self-defense classes. So you should always be in position to defend yourself. That's no matter where you go, no matter if you're an artist or not.
Right.
But having oh man, let me make sure I'm on stage performing and I have a
I don't know, it'd be
gun or-
great. It just would be great for at least some type of, I think, development for a comedian to learn how to protect himself. Even like
Absolutely.
a microphone and that cord
Absolutely.
can be so like,
Because
what's
that's
the,
what, didn't Steve Brown wasn't he using
it was the mic stand that the guy got though.
Got you, but Steve Brown picked up a chair or
chair.
something, right? To like defend.
So maybe the guy in Detroit that teaches people how to do self-defense, maybe he can come and teach the comedians how to defend, because I think there should be some type of training.
I
You know,
agree.
like artist development has seemed to be a lost art too.
I agree.
Of like really taking you from the beginning into the end of your career, that you're just constantly getting better. And I think comedians need to have some type of mandatory training of like, these are the scenarios. If you're trying to be a rock star comedian and you trying to say stuff that's going to provoke people, like you see what Chappelle has going on right now with his comments with Israel and the Hamas war. That's a real issue. And there's people that are very passionate about that issue. And so I'm sure he has a game plan in place that y'all not going to be able to,
Absolutely. And
touch me and
I think
get on stage with me like that.
Like you said, getting the respect. After we seen what happened to Chappelle's Attacker,
Right.
I mean, I think people are like,
Right.
you know what? I don't really want my
Right.
body to look deformed the way this man looked after.
Yeah,
he
and it's
tried to
and
get
it's
him.
tricky because Chappelle is celebrity status.
Absolutely, that's the
So he's
higher-
got like his security guards.
Absolutely.
I'm just talking about
Up
if
and
you a
coming.
comedian and you solo, and that person rushes you and you on the microphone.
Absolutely.
You know.
I absolutely agree. You should know how to use, and that's why I said when I go places, I can't carry something into the venue, but I'm looking around what is on stage that I have that's accessible.
Because I feel like you could probably
A little mic.
throw that microphone like a fishing rod and bop, and then wheel it back.
Hey, I'm not mad at it.
You
No,
know,
so
but I think
agree.
in all seriousness, comedians should probably learn, or that'd be great if someone was kind of teaching them, and there should be a game plan going into
They
it.
can wear that vest. I think
The vest is
will
part
keep
of my
them away.
protection.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, ain't nobody ever get around me with the vest
They're
on.
like, I do not want to mess with the guy with the vest.
They say, yo, he's dangerous.
What's my guy off? Well, I ain't gonna call you out like that. Waiting to exhale.
Oh, this the way. If y'all seen Waiting to Exhale, y'all remember when he was cussing her out on the balcony?
That's the energy.
My team say this is the vest. But
That's
nobody
the
was
energy.
rushing him.
You see what I'm saying?
Nobody was rushing him.
Nobody. He was cussing her out all that. Nobody came and messed with him.
We can play this. We can put the video up for people to laugh at. Y'all
I
not gonna bully me out my vest, man. Y'all will see it again.
I'm hoping when you're on a motorcycle, it just fly off. Just go.
It ain't gonna fly off. It's gonna tighten up even more because I'm gonna be,
we need to sell this vest. Let's sell. I sell the vest over the bat because the vest gonna protect them.
The vest is not for sale right now because I only got one of them. Now this bat though, for the comedians that feel like they're gonna say some stuff, that somebody might rush them, you can lean it up. Now I'm gonna be off camera. You can lean it up against the wall.
For comedians, you can take stuff on stage though.
Right.
So I was saying for me, I can't because I'm like as.
Well, that's not real because if we got you like a little baton, like one of those nightsticks.
For sure. And
this is my nightstick. This one.
But I'm saying as a comedian, typically a comedian comes on stage with a drink.
But you could put it to the side.
But for me, it's a little different because it's stage. But I'm saying comedians, when they take stage, it becomes their stage.
Right.
They're the only ones on the stage. Typically, I'm not the only one on the stage. So it's their stage for, however long their set is. So I do agree that comedians should have something with them or know how to use the items with them.
A dope little, those little nightsticks that can extend out.
I have one.
But you can easily put that on top of a stool off to the side. And if someone comes, at least it's like, what we gonna do? Matter of fact, that might be a good little business idea.
I'm gonna go ahead and
Y'all might see some hype sticks coming soon. Hype sticks to the comedians. Call me hype. Got you. But for now, this is what I got.
Get a bat that can it go small? Well, I guess that would be a baton at that point.
Right now, this is all I got. And if you're a comedian and you need a little protection, I'm gonna sell this. This for sale. Hypemarket.com. Say everything I'm playing. This is really going to hypemarket.com. The hypemarket.com.
I'm gonna see if anybody.
This bat will be for sale.
I will deliver it myself.
How much you think we should sell this for?
You don't want me to put my price on it.
Why?
I'm still trying to get you to sell the vest.
The vest is not for sale, but the hype stick. The hype stick. This is the first model is gonna go to the hypemarket.com. But in all seriousness, it is to represent a symbol of like strength, not backing down. And we just want to have some fun today with today's topic.
Let it bid. See what people will pay for.
I'm putting it up for 500.
Okay.
I know y'all about to probably be like 500, but it's gonna be for 500. If you need a bat to protect you, this is the bat. If somebody
buys it for 500, you will sell the vest.
We're gonna find another vest.
No.
We can't sell this vest.
If somebody pays over $500, anything over $500, you gonna sell it, and the vest goes with it.
The vest goes with the bat?
Come on. Do you want to protect or no?
The vest goes with it.
The vest goes with it.
What I'm gonna wear then?
Well, we'll invite them on the show.
No, you're doing too much. Now listen, we can sell this bat for 500.
Okay.
It's really gonna go to the shop.
No vest included.
No vest included. But if it goes, I will think about putting the vest up.
Okay.
People in the comments probably say they don't want the vest. And I think Symphony set me up. But it's all love. You never know. But we're gonna put the bat up.
No, I love it, though.
I'm actually gonna sign the bat.
Okay.
Not to say like I'm like some big ass celebrity, but just to let you know this is the actual bat. You will have my signature on it. In terms of just resilience to stay protected.
No, I love it. No, and for real though, it is important to stay protected. It doesn't matter what field you're in. I do think everybody needs to learn some type of self-defense.
Matter of fact, if you buy the bat, we'll let you call into the show.
There we go.
And tell us why you bought the bat and what you plan to do with it.
I like that.
There you go.
That. And I look forward to having you on the show. But before I let you go anywhere, I want to close out, of course, today's Monday. Typically, we call this Prime Monday.
Mondays.
We know Prime is on.
They didn't have a game.
bi-weekly.
They had a bye week. Yeah.
But we have a show tonight. But anything else you have coming up? I know the space.
Well,
we're starting to open up.
yeah.
The space.
If you if people kind of noticed at the beginning of this episode, they got to hear a really dope, exciting company be mentioned.
Yeah.
And we want to do more of that. So what you can do is hit us up at partnerships@comedyhype.com. Send an email, tell us about your company, tell us about what you plan on doing, and we have a representative that will talk to you and let you know some of the options that we have, whether it's you trying to promote your business on the actual show here with you or at our studio in Atlanta.
Yeah.
Either way, reach out to partnerships@comedyhype.com. Just introduce yourself, introduce your brand, your business, and we're here to help tell your story.
Absolutely. Well, again, as always, thank you for joining me for Prime Monday.
No problem.
Prime Monday, right?
Yeah, Prime Monday.
Okay, I don't know why I thought I said
Swing Mondays.
Prime swing.
We're going to work on it.
We'll work on it. All right. Well, again, thank you so much for joining me. But you heard from us. Now we want to hear from you in the comments below. What are your thoughts of Aries Spears almost being attacked on stage? For Comedy Hype News, I'm Symphony Thompson. The best. No?
Mm-mm.
Kinda?
Not for sale.
Okay. Sorry, guys.